All right, welcome back to the second episode of Cricket Captain 2020. We are doing a save with South Africa, and if you watched the first episode, you would have seen us lose to the West Indies in quite comical fashion. Pretty much a bit of a sum up of that last test. We bowled first. I was a bit disappointed by bowling first, but we made 172. West Indies made 172. We, in fact, made 325 in reply. De Kock top scored with 119, and Van Dussen top scored with 66. Then the West Indies, in their second innings, pretty much salvaged the test. At one point, they were, if I have a look... Nope. Scorecard. At one point, the Windies were they were pretty much in control for most of that. I shouldn't really say that at one point because it's inevitable to lose wickets early on in Test cricket. But I was more disappointed by the fact they made 172 in the first innings. We went on to make 325, which was probably a par score. And we were 4 for 72. So it's not like... we were cruising, and the Windies come out, and pretty much the only real danger they were in was when they were, probably maybe 3 for 145, I'd say, and that partnership from 3 to 4 was really good. Pretty much though, the way we lost was comical because basically we were cruising, I would say. We needed 12 runs to win. And then Markram, he was our top scorer in the second innings. He had just gone out. He was on 80. And we were down to Maharaj, Rabada and Ngidi. And if we see at this, the fall of wickets, it's quite comical. We were 1 for 3, 2 for 11, 3 for 44, 4 for 50, 5 for 82. At 5 for 82, I was very worried. And then we put on a really good partnership with Say and Markram. But unfortunately, when du Plessis falled, Markram didn't really hang around. Lynn got out there for 5 for 7 for 144, and then we lost Markram at 8 for 146. Now we didn't lose a 10th wicket. That is because Lucas Ngidi retired hurt with 6 runs to win. So to lose, I should add, on a retired hurt is quite bad. And to make matters worse, Lucas Ngidi is out for 4 weeks. I'm going to make a few changes to this side. I'm tempted to bring in sorry if I butcher his name. Suniran Muthusamy, I want to say his name is Muthusamy. He is a very good spinner. This is from experience in a Cricket Captain 19 and 18. Muthusamy ends up in one of my saves on an offline one as one of the best spinners in the world in 2025. That was when I was doing a big Cricket Captain save offline with South Africa. Not South Africa, with what are they called? Australia, my home country, and basically that was a 15-year save or a 10-year save, I want to add, and pretty much that we turned out to be pretty much a brute force. But Muthusamy, he ended up taking 9 wickets in an innings when we played him over there, which was crazy. But back onto this, I want to put this out there. Du Plessis, he needs to perform this test. If we lose this series to the Windies, I am straight away sacking him as captain, and Quinton de Kock is going in as captain. I have no issue of removing du Plessis as captain. He has been terrible. He has a test average of 39, but if we have a look, we go to last year +1, and we look at his test level. It says 41, right? He has a high score of 103. Now let's look at his last year test performance. He had a 20 average. He averaged 20 in 7 tests, 14 innings, he had a high score of 64, and he only scored 250s. You cannot tell me a 36-year-old captain with those numbers would get picked for most sides. So, especially someone who only plays as a batter. It's not as if he can bowl or he can keep. He's predominantly a batsman, or he's really only a batsman. But as we get into the next game, we're going to have to make, obviously, one force change with Ngidi coming out. I kind of wanted to give this bloke a go. Reynard van Tonder, who was a first-class batsman at 21, who had a first-class average at 46 and a high score of 250 not out. I kind of want to give him a go, and I kind of want to I know Malan I just brought in, but we'll have a look just quickly, if I can. No. Actually, we are playing Malan. I forgot he had a first-class average of 57. Malan is a very good player. This Van Tonder bloke, he could be a promising player in the next series if, we need to play someone else. I will be giving Aldrin, I think his name was Aldrin. Aldred Hawken. He is a right arm fast bowler from Johannesburg. He is 31 though, but if you look at his first class average, it is phenomenal. 21 with the best figures of 9 for 44. Amazing job for that player. I haven't really heard of him in real life, but pretty much everyone in this game in the first year is a real life player until they start doing regens. So pretty much though, I want to keep the same similar structure, although George Lind might get dropped. I might bring in Muthusamy, or I could bring in I don't want to even pronounce his name, Delano Poltgita. He has a first class average of 36 and a bowling average of 22. Best figures of 6 for 33 at 23 years old. We might actually bring him in just so I can see what he's like, because we are looking for a all-rounder in the team, and at the moment I don't really rate Lind. I only kept him in the side is because he obviously had last played for South Africa. The conditions are expected to be very good again, very good for batting most likely with all sun. The wicket looks good. The wear doesn't really matter; it's average at the moment. So, if you get a bat first, it won't matter at all, and the outfield is very fast, which means it will be an absolute run fest. So we go on to the first day. I chose heads last time. I'm going to choose tails this time. I hope I can win the toss, and we do. We win the toss. We will be batting first. It looks like the West Indies haven't made a change to their side, which is probably expected because they did win the first test. We have made 2 changes, both George Lind, the all-rounder, and a force change with Ngidi, who was injured for Hawken. Same thing as last time. When I play my side, I don't like to have highlights on wickets, low chance, or high runs. The reason why I do this is because you guys don't realize, but it might be me just being superstitious, but I seem to score a lot more runs when I play over by not having any highlights. Whereas if I start to have highlights or go autoplay, I lose wickets really quickly, which I don't know if that is still a feature in Cricket Captain 20, because I know that was a feature I noticed a lot in Cricket Captain 18, and Cricket 19 was sort of the same. So I might be wrong. As I said, I could be just superstitious, but we will be getting into the second test. Now, I will be keeping Jermaine Marlin's aggressiveness at normal, or sort of about there. Aiden Markram will have his aggressiveness there. I'm not really looking forward for having them the same link of aggression. I want one of the batsmen to attack Gabriel and the other to be defensive. The same with attacking Roach. I don't like to have both batsmen attacking bowlers at the same time. So we'll see how we go. And Malan makes a score of 16. Again, has a little bit of a start, 27 balls, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm not really going to... It's his second test. You can't expect miracles, but he is a very, very hyped player from their perspective, averaging high 50s in first-class cricket. And Markram, it's just, you know, I get a laugh out of it because no disrespect to the Windies, but it's not like the wicket is very good for bowling. If you see here, it's not favouring bowlers at all. In fact, it should be favouring batsmen. But saying that, the Windies pitches, as we lose Van Dussen, have always been known to give the bowlers some edge sometime, but it depends when you play them, I guess. I'm not expecting, I am hoping Elgar can salvage something. Because if we look at Dean Elgar at 33, I really rate him. He has a test average of 38, but do take note that he predominantly plays as an opener. So for a batsman having a test average high 30s as an opener, he is very respect-worthy. Now, if he was batting down the order, I would be a little bit more skeptical, but I'm going to be trialing him at number 3. I might swap and change him in Milan, but the reason why I am focused on having him at 3 is because he has been a known wall for the South African team. Like, he can be very defensive, hold his innings together, and again, this could be just a flaw in my logic. I might change this later, but, you know, having a Jermaine Milan and Aiden Markram, both aggressive batsmen at the start, it's just a trial, just to see what happens. Marco Marias, one of the younger players we did pluck out of the county, or the South African domestic, who had the 300 high score. It failed once again, which means we could be looking to drop him, although I still want to try and develop him. Whether I can, it just sort of depends on how I go about this. So an Elgar goes out. I was going to say a really slow session, and that is because I've got the aggression down. But, you know, it is a bit disheartening to see us just drop wickets so casually. I mean, it is a young team, effectively, but there is some talent there. It's not like, you know, we're starting from the bottom. There is some talented batsmen there. I put that probably down to inconsistency, but we hopefully will see them develop more into the near coming future. As I said, du Plessis is on the verge of probably his last test, I must add, unless he salvages something here. 41 to the clock, which means it's all down to Faf du Plessis, the captain. There's no reason why he's in. He's faced 80 balls. He's got to come in, hopefully make a 50. And Potgieter, apologies if I pronounce that name correctly. A lot of the South African names do give me a bit of trouble, and that is because they have a weird pronunciation in the way that they say their names. Du Plessis is out for 43. The writing is really on the walls for du Plessis, and I don't like to say that, but really, he's 36 years old, and he should be playing better than that. We have at least recovered to somewhat of a respectable score of 224, but at saying that, we need to make something out of this innings. I'm hoping that we can at least make 250. And Rabada goes out. We're down to 9. We're down to 1 wicket. Oh, no, not that. I want to keep Maharaj on strike. I don't even think this guy is a good batsman. He has a first-class high score of 84. but, you know, this is a lot different playing in the Windies. I know Maharaj can hold it together. He has he's a very respectable batsman. And wow, we survived the day. Day 1, 9 for 246. I do not expect to survive any more than 10 overs, I must add. Yep. Roach gets him first ball. Maharaj not out 40. 246 the first innings. Now, I will show though wickets for the West Indies just because I do like to see bowling wickets. Same thing here, Braithwaite, we're going to set up to he likes to play on the back foot, which means we're going to play, we're going to bowl straight dead line to him. I will leave Campbell at the sort of mid-pace range. We will be going on to a semi-aggressive start for the first few overs. Same thing with Rabada, he will be doing the same to Braithwaite. So ideally we want to get a quick wicket. Here we go. Campbell comes in and he plays at a shot and Rabada gets him out. Beautiful. It's another scalp. I guess I think Campbell's been bowled out a few times to Rabada in the first test, which means it's another wicket to Kazago against a very out of form Campbell, who is a young batsman, I must add, but you know. Front foot, which means Hetmeyer is going to be getting some bounces. I don't think Podgida will be the answer, but you know, he could be decent. We want to get Braithwaite out. He's their main man. If we can break Braithwaite, we can break the West Indies. I will be getting Maharaj back in the bowl, not back, introduced into the bowling attack, and he's going to get Braithwaite out in his first over. Off. That is a caught behind, is it? Or a stumping? It is a stumping. Braithwaite makes 14 of 56 deliveries. Potgida comes in. Oh, what a catch. Absolutely. Caught behind, and it is a wicket. It is, you see there, it is turning on day 2. This could be a fantastic job to bat first. We don't know because pretty much though... it's all over. Clean bowl. But Hawken comes in and gets his first test wicket. He bowls out Blackwood. The Windies are 4 for 63, not looking good at all. They have to hope that they have some type of attack here, because if they're not going to be... they've already got past the follow-on, so I kind of want to get them out with a 100 lead. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Hawken comes in to chase, and it's another wicket bowled by Hawken, and he has 2 for 13 off 7 overs. A great job. We'll keep these two in for the time being. They have been bowling well. He's a back foot player, so I should probably change that. We will change that down a bit, just because it is a bit through its second session. We're going to take Hawken out now. Rabada should be fit to come in and hopefully get the job. I'm going to bowl line and length. I want Rabada to bowl aggressive to Dowich. We're going to get the old Potgida back into the attack. We'll see what happens. Same thing as the last test. They're coming in. They are getting into a nice little groove. And unfortunately, they have a really good chance at chasing my lead down, which is not what I really wanted. Brilliant. And Hawken comes into Dowich and he breaks that partnership. But again, that partnership was really good. They were, I think, 4 for nearly 80 odd, were they? And they're 6 for 200 now? Have a lead of 31. I'm hoping Rabada is a bit healthy now, and he is. Hopefully he can come in and finish him off. Caught. Joseph caught behind, but again, their tail is just going to be a bit problematic because Roach can bat. They do get the lead. Oh, it is annoying. Very annoying that we even let them get near the lead. On a turning wicket as well, we probably we're in a bad spot here. And Hope makes 100. Hawken comes in. LBW gets the main man out now. Surely that's it. Hawken to Gabriel. He is going to be on a hat trick next innings if we do get the bowl again, which we should. We're only chasing 26, and then we will have a lead of our own. West Indies batted really well. They made 272 all out. They were at one point, if I can... Match analysis. At one point, the Windies were in a world of trouble. They were 5 for 73, and they ended up making 6 for 201. That partnership there between Dowich and Hope at 6, 128, that saved their innings. But, I still have hope. I still have hope that we can win. I'm sort of banking on the fact that we can at least come in and get a few cheap runs to start with. Now, if we lose quick wickets, we're in a world of trouble. I probably should have opened with Algar, but, Look at this. They're going crazy, Malan and Markram. They've already put on 49 for nothing. Markram's just going insane. 27 off 23. He's hit a 6 already. Oh, there you go. Marlon makes 50. He's not playing around either. This could be the turning point of the series. Can he make 100 in his second test? I hope so. 49. Now, I am going to be a bit defensive here just because I don't want him to throw his wicket away stupidly. Okay, so it's day 3, session 2. We do have a lead of 100. I'm hoping Milan can get 100. I'd be very pleased if he could. Okay, I want Milan to attack Harding because I don't rate Harding at all. Oh, he's on 99. And he's got the 100. Janiman Milan gets his first ever Test 100. Well done. A fantastic performance. We are 1 for 199, 1 for 200. Slowly building a big lead. It is day 3. It's not like I have to obviously declare. We're obviously just going to pile on as many runs as we can. Unless something indicates to me that I will declare, like the wicket being super good for bowling, which it hasn't indicated. It's still turning. It's not turning strongly, or there's not a lot of bounce. So, I'm going to, and to be honest, it'd be quite stupid to declare with a lead of 225 on day 3. Because it's Test cricket. You don't know what can happen. 151. A fantastic performance from Milan. The Windies have taken their new ball, which I will be a little bit more defensive. Because, again, I don't want to throw a wicket away. Algar 55. Here's a reasonable score on his behalf, I must add. He was hanging around with Milan, which really helped the innings. I am hoping he can get to 200. That'll be really good if he can. It is a new day. Van Dussen is out. Marco Marias is in, who has not been very good at all. In fact, he needs to probably show something in this innings. I reckon a lead of 350 is probably where we want to be at. If we have a lead of 350, we're probably looking at the win. Come on, Milan. Get a 200. Get a double century. Okay, he's now in a little bit of sync. We will probably attack the... Oh, and he likes spin bowling, so Let's go out and go for a little bit of an attack. He gets a double century. It was off 367 balls, but I don't care. He has been playing phenomenal. A new all-time highest innings, 212 for Milan. A fantastic performance. They've brought back Gabriel into the attack, which means we will be going a little bit defensive. Lunch day 4. We are 2 or 3 for 384. Come on, Marias, get something as well. So I will quickly add, though, here, just before I start continuing on, if we can at least get to the end of day 3, and we're, 5 down, I will bat until the first, probably half of the session, and I know we have a really big lead anyway, so if we do that on day 4 or day 5, and we declare straight away, they're likely not going to chase that down. But the reason why I'll do that is because, I will likely bat into a new day, is because we're going to have the wicket be very hard to play on. And as you can see here, it is already uneven and there is sharp turn. So my spinners, or my one spinner, Maharaj, I expect to play well. But he only made a few runs after the double century, but it's been a fantastic innings. The cock will come in now. Hopefully he can do something to score quick runs. Because technically the test is not over yet. If they bowl us out in in this session or the next session, and they need 400, it's very likely they'll at least go the attacking route and try and get the win. 52 is a decent innings. I'll give him that. I'll give him a pass because he's at least made a half century. And I think that's probably ended Du Plessis' career, to be fair. I mean, unless we win quite comfortably, it could be the end of a really good South African player's career. Not a fantastic player, but an honest player. But here we're just piling on misery for the Windies. 471. I wonder if we can get a 500 run innings. They've taken the new ball. Wow, the wicket has turned out really good for us, or the West Indies are just bowling poorly. Because, it's still very favoured in bowling conditions, but they're not bowling any spinners. They only have Ralston Chase, who has got 3 wickets, but it's not like, he's got a 4th. Well, we have a 500 run lead. There's no way. I'll declare now. I'm backing us in. We'll get us, surely. I am hoping we get the win.
What a good catch.
Rabada to Campbell, and he's got Campbell out once again. They are 1 for 2.
And he's out.
Hawken to Braithwaite. And he's caught and bowled, which means we now are getting Maharaj onto the game because he will be the one to get all the wickets.
A big shout goes.
Comes into Hetmeyer. LBW Plum. 3 for 31.
Poor shot.
Hawken to Blackwood. LBW, they are 4 for 36.
The big
Now
shout.
they're in a world of trouble now. 5 for 39. This could be looking... Oh my God, they could be losing by a 400 run margin, which could probably be one of the worst test losses in history. But I do expect them to salvage something. I mean,
One of the
they're not surely going to throw all the wickets away. And he's bowled him. 6 for 72. This is looking bad. I mean, they got to 400, but even so, it's been a massive defeat at the moment. 7 for 113. Potgieter to Roach, caught behind. We need 2 wickets. Surely we will be getting our victory rather soon. Maharaj to Joseph. He comes in. Stumped him. We need 1 wicket. And that's it. he has
That's a
got.
confident appeal.
He'll be on a hat trick next innings.
He's out. It was
For,
just
I
a matter
believe.
of time.
I don't know if they still
Comfortable
count that, but he ends it with a double wicket at the end of his innings. LBW, a fantastic performance, I must add. From where we were, we got him out for 155, bowling card. We see Maharaj, 3 for 61. Hawken was the pick of the bowlers, 3 for 17. Rabada bowled well, 3 for 54. And Pot Gita bowled quite decently in his first test. But mainly the reason why we were able to win that match was the second innings, right? We survived a very, very challenging wicket to play on. It was turning. We basically salvaged a unsurpassable score on this wicket. There was no way the Windies were chasing it down once they got to day 5. And it was going to be very hard for them to even recover to last the whole day on that wicket. And you see here, Chase had 4 wickets. That's because of the spinning wicket. We also can see that Roach had 2 wickets. Again, he got those wickets quite early. So it's not like he was getting them towards the end. That was more Chase when the wicket was doing something. But the main, I'm probably certain that Milan is probably going to get man of the match because he got a double century, and he did. De Kock played well. He made basically 100 runs in the whole innings. As we say, the pick of the bowlers, probably Hawken. You'd have to say Hawken was really, if Milan didn't make a double century, Hawken was probably man of the match, taking figures of 8 wickets. And yeah, I mean, to recover without our second best bowler, and we had a little bit of change with the all-rounder, I'm quite happy that we were able to come in and make a massive score in our second innings, especially bowling the West Indies out for 272, who did get a lead. I don't know whether the rankings stay now, but as you can see here, we're ranked 2 at the moment. I personally don't think that we are a ranked 2 side at all. We are tied though with like 4 sides. I'd probably have South Africa just around where Australia and Pakistan are. I think New Zealand are a better side than South Africa. In fact, I probably have Australia higher than South Africa. So probably between Pakistan and England. But yeah, so this is, we look at batsmen. I don't think, Milan will be there because he got a double century. And bowlers will probably be Rabada. Hawken bowled well as well. But I think the next test is going to be in South Africa. It is going to be in the end of the new year. And we look at the Test Championship. I don't know whether that was counted as a Test Championship win. But you see there, we've lost 7 games in the Test Championship. Very bad. Which is why I want to retool this side. But that is the conclusion to the West Indies tour. I hope you guys have enjoyed the first 2 episodes. I mean, I'm really enjoying taking over South Africa at the moment. I will be doing the Sri Lankan series in South Africa later in the week. It'd be cool if you guys leave your support in the comments, or even just show your support by liking the video, because it does help in the long run. It makes me see that people are liking the content and really want to see more of this stuff. If you do want to see stuff that I haven't showed in this save at the moment, like players' stats, or like internationals, or just other stuff with other countries, let me know in the comments. And at the start of the Sri Lankan, or at the start of my next video, I will show that before I get to the Sri Lankan series. But I thank you guys for watching today's video, and the first video. Hopefully you guys obviously enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next save.